Two secret lairs, one in a little box, one in a big box, both with exactly 11 land cards in them. So really, what is the difference between a regular secret lair and an ultimate secret lair?
Magic.
I am a wizard!
History.
I'm an old wizard!
The magic historian.
My bones hurt. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. My friends, I only get one shot at this video because once I start opening up the product, there's no reversing time and resealing it. So what I thought would be an interesting thing to do is to do a comparison between Ultimate Edition secret lairs and regular secret lairs. And I figured the easiest way to do that was to get the most direct comparison that's currently humanly possible with secret lairs. And that involves using the Happy Little Gathering secret lair because this has 10 lands in it plus one bonus land, and this ultimate secret lair also has 10 lands in it and one bonus land in it. So the contents of these two secret lairs are about as identical as you can get with them. So I thought it would be interesting to crack them open and take a look. And speaking of taking a look, take a look at the playmat. Yeah. If you want one of these beautiful playmats of your own, I'll leave a link down in the description and the comments section for you. So with no further ado, let us get in to the secret lairness. Oh, my little paper's already ripped. You know what this paper makes me think of? It makes me think of the paper they put around your neck at the barber shop. It's been actually forever since I've been able to go to the barber. I'm looking forward to getting a proper haircut instead of doing it myself. So let us dive into this happy little land pile here. All right, so in the bottom, you can see that's where they... Oh, wow, man, he really doesn't want to come out. Come on, dude. Ew, yuck, look at that gank. All right, so you can see, I mean, ignore the jankiness up here at the top. You can see this is quite a beautiful looking Evolving Wilds. I haven't seen the artwork for this in person, so I have to say, looks pretty nice. It was a struggle to get out of the box though. So that's the bonus card. I'm gonna go ahead and put that back in the box and put that just off here to the side for a second. Now, this part of the box always felt like the way they display watches to me, you know? When you open up a box and it's got the little holder there. So, inside here we have 10 foil lands that were all painted by the illustrious Bob Ross. And I have to say, I was surprised at the idea behind this secret lair, but I think it's a really neat secret lair. So, let's take a look at the artwork on here and enjoy it. This is a nice looking little plains here. Here is another variation. So those are the two plains options that you get. Then you've got a nice little tropical vacation island. And oh, there you go. The water coming in, crashing on the shore. These are nice looking lands, man. Very pretty. All right, then we've got some swamp action here. Here are the two swamps, looking like some of the most peaceful swamps that have ever graced a Magic the Gathering card. Overall, these are looking quite nice. Oh, look at this mountain. Dude, this looks great. You know what's crazy about like Bob Ross paintings like this? They actually feel like the old school paintings that you would see in people's houses when I was a kid. Like this legitimately looks like something that was on the wall at my one friend's house. So I do like the nostalgia that comes along with that. And these purple mountains look awesome with the little pine trees in front. That's great. And then we've got the green ones, which are the best ones because green is the bestest. Oh, wow. I mean, this one's nice. Don't get me wrong. That looks nice. But this is so inviting. Look at how beautiful that is. Well, now, quite the pretty card. Very cool. So, as you can see, just to make sure we're all on the same page, we have 10 different special lands, or 11 when you include the bonus. All right, so the contents of these two secret lairs in terms of the amount of cards that you get are actually going to be identical. Now let me get these all cleared up gently now because these are going to get sleeved and put away into a binder where they can be happy until they make their way into decks like my Hazes on Tamar deck. This Evolving Wilds is very nice. Like that is really, really nice looking. It looks like it might, yeah. It looks like me, I did that, pulling it out of the box, unfortunately. The little stickiness was a little too sticky, but that's not really that big a deal. Now, let's put this over somewhere off to the side. Oh, actually, I'm going to put it down over here because I don't want anything to happen to it, because now we've got to get into this fat honkin' turkey. So, I shall pull out my trusty little 8-bit sword, and bloom, there's a different way to get into this layer, right? You gotta slice along the edges here. I don't know how much inner packaging there is or how any of this looks, actually, because I have never opened a Secret Lair Ultimate Edition at all. This is my first time getting to experience it. So, let's see. Okay, so this is a gigantic box. One of the appealing things about this to me in terms of the size of the hold on, let's get this out of here. Of the outer box here, like, this is gigantic. Now I've got a new box to keep all my fan letters in because the box that I had is overflowing. Now, this actually feels like a cake box. Do you know what I mean? If you look at the box, it feels like inside of there's a cake and, oh, okay, hold on. It's not actually a box, it's a slide over top thing. Because look, you got the same kind of paper going on here. You got the same kind of paper going on. Is there, looks like where'd this come from? That's not for me touching it, right? So there's some kind of weird little blemish on the side of the box, so that looks like that can be wiped off. I wonder if these are hand-packed, and that's why it looks like that. Anyways, I guess the way you're supposed to open it is pull up. Wait, how do I do this here? How does this work? Okay, there we go. Pop those out. All right, then florp open the top here. Florp. Oh no! Oh God! There's things all over my desk, and it's a chain reaction. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Well, all right. There's even a sheet of paper here. Okay, hold on. I got to get rid of this. This is such a mess. Oh my God. There's like, well, I mean, at least they put in extra stuff to protect the box. So, good Lord, it's like Christmas time with all the additional packaging. I'm just gonna have to toss this over here for a second. All right. So, there we go. We've got the Secret Lair box. This is what it looks like from the top. All right, you got the side. It's got this angle here. Okay. Overall. And yeah, okay. So, bam. Oh, maybe that was from my hands. Maybe I'm just a sweaty boy in the heat. All right, who knows? You look back on the footage, you guys can let me know. Was it me? Did I ruin the box? Get ready. We've got to open this like we found the Holy Grail or something, because it's ultimate. Okay, you know what? You got your little band over here. It's got like an interesting kind of presentation. Oh, are these like little special cases too? Hold on. Oh, okay, it will stay open. I was afraid it was gonna splamp back closed. So, like I said, there are 10 lands included in this plus a bonus land. Now, I don't know where the bonus land's gonna be located. I'm assuming that each of these 5 slots has 2 lands each. So let's start out by, all right, you get a little protective case. I actually like that. So that is definitely one difference from a regular Secret Lair, on top of the fact that the box feels more rugged and thick. So let's gently open this up and take a look at the lands that we've got here. All right, so we've got the Craig Crown pathway, looking all funky. And then we've got the Timber Crown pathway. And over here, we've got Lava Glide pathway. Look at that. That's intense, man. A river of lava with like a dude chilling in the middle. What are you doing, buddy? Get out of the lava river. What are you, a dwarf from the Habit? All right, and then we got River Glide pathway. It looks amazing with these runes that are going all over the place. If you didn't know, the idea behind these Secret Lairs is this is supposed to finish out the cycle of pathways for both, what is it, Kaldheim and Zendikar Rising. So some of the pathways were printed in Zendikar Rising, and some of them were printed in Kaldheim. But if you want a complete set of these that are themed to one particular world, so if you want all 10 pathways to come from Kaldheim or Zendikar, then you need to have this box set to flesh that out. It's interesting to note that they don't actually have these in sleeves. They put them in the little plastic cases, but there's no sleeves, which really does lead me to believe these are hand packed. So I'm not going to press down too hard on that. I don't want to clamp down on the card on the off chance that's what's going on. So we got the first two that we've seen. Let's take a look here at these ones. Oh, I mean, the presentation is definitely stepped up a level. So you got branch loft pathway, and we've got boulder loft pathway. Look at that. These crazy floating pillars look absolutely incredible. These are neat looking lands, man. I gotta say, this is a cool little set of lands. So pillar verge pathway, and then on the other side, we've got needle verge pathway, all mountainous and good and shiny, looking all glorious. All right, so far so good. I still don't know if the bonus card is just going to show up in one of these little plastic packages or not. But this does, I mean, ultimately it does look like it makes for a decent display case for Magic cards. A little bit grandiose and over the top, let's be real. But ultimately, come on now. Come on now. All right, let's see. All right, so, Oh, this Bright Climb pathway. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera or not, but the printing has like a vertical blinds effect going along the cross of it. I got to say, that is genuinely a bit disappointing. I mean, this is oh, it's on the other side too. I don't think that the camera is really picking it up to show you guys, but there is definitely this foil is printed differently than the rest. That's unfortunate. So it's Bright Climb and Grim Climb pathway, and then this Mistgate seems to have the same thing going on. It actually looks similar to what happened back in the Amonkhet block. It's not too pronounced, but I'm just so familiar with Magic foils that it becomes evident to me, you know? So this is Hengegate pathway. Look at, I mean, the artwork is really nice. Let's be real. The artwork is gorgeous. The foiling is not perfect. But so far, the other lands that I looked at, these two are the only two. Oh, hold on. There we go. Let that moisture dissipate. There's something. I don't want to accidentally clamp these guys in. I'm afraid when I put them back in that I'm going to damage them. All right. So what do we got here? What do we got here? Let's crack this one. Come on now. Come on out. Oh, yeah. Clearwater pathway. This is beautiful. Look at that. That looks great. That looks great, and it doesn't seem to really be suffering the effects of the other foils that we just looked at, so that's nice. Then we've got Murk Water Pathway. Pretty nice looking. A lot of the times when you see black aligned lands, they don't look that great. This looks pretty sweet. I mean, it is Murk Water, which is not an appealing term, but overall, not too shabby. Then we got the Silver Boar Pathway, and we've got the Dark Boar Pathway. All right. Oh, that's pretty intense. That's pretty intense looking. Okie dokie. I don't know if something in this is giving me a bit of an allergic reaction, but my nose is starting to run. What is the deal with that? Okay, so this one, now we have the answer of where the bonus card is. It looks like there should be 3 cards in this package here. All right? Come on out. So we have, first of all, the Blight Step pathway. Now that is very unpleasant looking. You would not want to be in that location. Then we've got the Sear Step pathway. This just looks dangerous. Why would you even take this path, bro? Go any other way. Then you got the Back Channel pathway, which is just crazy trees. This looks nutty, but wait, is this way up in the sky? None of these pathways seem like paths people should be taking, dude. All right, and then we got Tide Channel pathway. Definitely not this one. The waters look like they could come crashing in on you at any moment. That's nightmarish. No, thank you. So it looks like it was really just the 2 foils that had that sort of line printing going on. And then we've got the Blast Zone. So this is the bonus card. This is the same as that Evolving Wilds that we saw. So they don't include it in a different location. I was wondering if it might be tucked under the foam here. But this is an interesting choice. This is the Stained Glass Blast Zone. So they did the Stained Glass cards with the Stained Glass Planeswalkers from War of the Spark. And I really, really love the Stained Glass concept. So I like this as a bonus little random include in the set. So let's get these put back in their little case. Keep them all as safe as can be. All right, slot you back in here. All right, so when it comes down to comparing the two, I mean, ultimately, they have the same amount of cards in them. They both end up having 11 lands in them, so there's no real justification for the difference between the two in terms of cost in that regard. So the extra cost is really going to be whether you value, first of all, I mean, obviously you can talk about the value of the singles that are included, but I'm here to do a comparison based purely on the number of cards essentially and the type of cards overall in terms of like lands and things like that, as opposed to specifically breaking down the price. So when it comes down to comparing the two, I'm really just going to compare them based on metrics other than the actual cards themselves. You can factor those in for your own calculations, but really the difference becomes the impressive box with the little foam padding and the little planeswalker symbol design up here along the top. I don't know how well you guys can see it. Let me see if I can get it into the shot. Can you guys make that out? Can you see them? It's probably easier to see them over here. There's tons of little miniature planeswalker magic logos all along there, all right? So you get your funky box, you get your little like plastic display case things that you can use. So this feels like something that would be really good for displaying particular magic cards. If you had cards you were really, really proud of and wanted to impress people who maybe didn't play Magic and wanted to make them seem more official and impressive, this would be one route to go. I will admit that for me, this is too much of a box to get like tons of them, right? Like to have a bunch of these kicking around, the regular secret layer takes up like so little space in comparison, right? There's the regular secret layer. Here's the big honkin' box. So for me, it's all going to boil down to whether you think the cards are worth it or not. I don't know how much of a difference it costs to make and ship a box this size, including the plastic and whatever, versus this. So it's really an up in the air kind of scenario. I can't come down automatically and say that the ultimate secret layer isn't something that you should get, but I do feel like unless you're like super, super into the box itself, it might not be worth acquiring. Do you know what I mean? Like the box is neat and I'm glad to have one for visual purposes if I need it for a video or anything like that. But ultimately, I feel like this is a lot of packaging. I mean, even these feel like a lot of packaging for less than a dozen cards. But really, when you boil down and compare them, this is a massive amount of over packaging, but it's also meant to be like premium edition. Welcome to my home. Look at my fine luxury cardboard rectangles. Anyhow, that was my comparison of the two. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, if you want one of these amazing playmats, they will be listed in the description below for you to grab one for yourself. So, thanks for coming by. Oh! Thanks for coming by, my friends. See you for the next one.